Welcome back to the Bros.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back.
We are back. We are back. Hey, quick question for you. Did you sleep an extra hour on Sunday?
Oh, don't get me started. I absolutely, yes, I did sleep an extra hour, but I am not liking this whole daylight savings. It sucks. It sucks so much.
Why? I mean, here's my thing. Why does it suck for you? I mean, you don't have the little kids that wake up way
It's true.
early.
It's true, but it's 5 o'clock and it's already going dark outside, where it feels like it's like 10 o'clock. So don't like that.
Well, and that's the funny thing. I prefer it going dark earlier, and I don't want it to be light earlier. Because right now
Interesting.
I'm like wait. I mean, I wake up early for work, but like by 7, I'm already getting light through my window. I'm like, what the heck is this?
Yeah, yeah. I just wish we could be like Arizona and just get away from doing daylight savings, but I
Which
don't think
I'm pretty sure some people can relate to me. I had Sunday morning. I had my kids waking up at 5:30 in the morning.
nope, nope. Don't like that. Don't like that.
You can see it in my eyes for those that are watching on YouTube. You can see it in my eyes that I'm still tired.
Yeah, look at those bags under his eyes.
Yeah, they bags match the wrinkles above my eyebrows.
Woof, woof, woof.
Getting old. But so I guess I should ask you, you doing all right?
Besides daylight savings, I'm doing splendid. I'm doing absolutely great. Like after Monday's game, which we'll get into, I'm on cloud nine. Like it's been a great week of soccer. Like besides Barca losing Champions League, everything's going great this week.
I mean, if I could put some sound on right now, I have a song going on in my head, and I'm just going like this.
Celebration time, come on.
No, not that song. And I'll probably in the edit, I'll probably put it over.
Yeah.
Watch me, because I really want that song on right now because it reminds me that RSL is going to a game 3.
It's do or die time. It is clutch time. I'm
I'm so,
excited.
I mean, I can't tell you how excited I was. Since I watched from home. The only
You didn't have
person,
this. You didn't have the same atmosphere, same intensity that I did. Which we'll get into how I was feeling, my nerves, my heart beating out of my chest. So
that's not good because you are the one that had the heart surgery.
yes, that's true. But how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing just fine. I mean, like you said, besides daylight savings, I'm I'm actually yeah, I can't stop thinking about Monday. I really can't. I was like, well, one, I wish I was there. I really wish I was there. That
You
that kind of
you miss
atmosphere.
you miss the best game, best atmosphere that I've ever seen in what is this 20 plus years of RSL that I've seen in any RSL game.
I mean, it's been replicated multiple times. Where 2013 when we played against the Galaxy in the playoffs, 2008 I think when we played against Chivas in the first round of the playoffs. There's been moments where it's been replicated.
But I think it was the fact that this game went to penalties that it was just a whole nother level of excitement, people just the intensity, and I loved it
I
so,
think
so, so much.
I actually think it's this. I think it's because it's been 4 years since the last home
Yeah.
playoff game,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
before
And
before we were
I
used
think
to it.
also I told you this. I don't know if my facts are right, but I think this is the first time at Rio Tinto that we've ever had a game go into penalty kicks.
Yeah, and I was gonna try to counter you. I was gonna say, well, didn't we have like a friendly go into penalty kicks? But no, we didn't have any friendlies go into
Like
penalty kicks.
yes, when we hosted the MLS All-Star game that went into penalty kicks, but that
That's
is
the one.
obviously and like I think like
Wait,
Liga M
no, I think
Liga
some didn't
Liga
we go
MX
in?
games, Liga
No,
MX games we've had going to PKs, I believe. Like international games we've had going to PKs for like women's
but
and
didn't
men's.
didn't the no U.S. Open Cup final in 2016 that didn't go into penalties
2016?
when we played against DC?
No, 2013. You're thinking, or
Here we go
no, no,
again.
no. I think that was just regulation. I believe.
Okay, I'll trust you, but anyways, I was really jealous that you
You
were
should be.
there.
You should be, my friend. You should be.
And also Yeah, I just wish I was there because I was stuck here in my living room yelling out the top of my lungs. My kids were scared of me because I was yelling so much. But anyways, this is
The neighbors are probably telling you to shut up.
probably that's the only crappy part about living in townhouses, right? That they're like, God, shut up. Um, I mean, I go from living in an apartment where it's above and below you are like, hey, shut up, and now I get into a townhouse. Now it's just the sidewalls.
Yeah, yeah, you have to share the wall with your neighbors. It's like, yeah.
Next, I'll be in a house, and the wife's gonna tell me to shut up. Bill, go
Yeah,
figure.
yeah.
But
What's gonna do?
what you gonna do? But there's been a lot of soccer, and but I want to get into this real quick.
Absolutely,
Um, I remember when we started talking about the playoffs before they started, and how much we hated it, and how
absolutely.
much how much we were like, why do we even offer a game three? What happened to aggregate?
Yeah.
And blah 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 blah. And I'm starting to like it.
Are you though? Are you though? Because we were just talking prior to us starting. Only 3 games, including us, are going to a game three. So us, Seattle and Dallas, and now Columbus and Atlanta are going to a game three.
Now, now get this. I need you to open up your FOP mob, and we
Oh
need
yeah,
to. We're gonna go through these, and we're gonna talk about what would have happened if this was just a two-game aggregate series.
yeah. Let's start with the first one. So New York Red Bulls and Cincinnati.
Okay,
So
that first game, game one, how did that one end?
that one was that was 3-0 for Cincy.
Perfect. 3-0 for Cincy, and then this game ended 1-1.
Yeah,
Okay, Cincy would have moved on.
yeah. 4-1. So
So technically, if we did a two game series with aggregate, Cincy would have been moving on anyways. So this
yeah,
one, justice.
this one was kind of a easy pickings. Like I didn't see New York ever getting a win there. So
Though New York did give us a run for our money, winning their qualifier game like 5-2. I was like, ooh, maybe, just maybe, not.
didn't see that one coming.
um, there's some extra stuff with this game that I want to get back to, but let's finish out the rest of these games.
Yeah, so the other one that we had on Saturday was Dallas and Seattle. So Dallas picking up the huge win at home, 3-1. We had a goal by Ariola and Jesus, huge goal on a penalty. So I'm just happy there that now it's tied 1-1, going to a game three in Seattle. And us RSL fans, we kind of need Dallas to win in order for us to just kind of keep that home field advantage.
Here's to us hoping that we have home field advantage all the way until the
I
final,
almost
which
got.
we which spoiler alert, we don't.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Nashville.
Thanks a lot,
Thanks a lot,
Nashville.
Nashville. It's all your fault.
Now going back to the aggregate thing, this one would have been interesting because the Sounders won 2-0 first round or first
That's
game.
right. That's right. I forgot about that.
Dallas won 3-1. It would have
You're
been
right.
3-3.
Then going extra time and then possibly
But
PKs.
but stop. This is where it might get confusing. Depending on what year and what rule, Seattle could have been moving on even though it was a 3-3 aggregate. Why?
Yeah, but the away team usually
The
has the
the away goal.
which I don't like that rule at all. Like just do it by goals. Don't do away team, don't do any of that. Just like go based on goals overall.
I'm just saying, in previous years, the Sounders would have been moving on because of that one goal.
Yeah, yeah. So that one is going to be an exciting game three on Friday night. So excited for that one. Um,
Absolutely.
so then we had Sunday we had KC in St. Louis, and Kansas City just pulled out the broomsticks and they swept, upset,
Let me
upset. Like
let me tell you, the only person that's upset right now is me and all the St. Louis fans. I'm upset.
I feel for St. Louis. I'm sorry. I'm sad for them. Your inaugural season, you get the number one seed, you get home field, and you lose to your rival in 2 games. That's
Look,
not not a way you want to go out in the playoffs.
I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel bad for them.
You
I
don't?
feel no, because they sucked. They played horrible. I'd be ticked off if I was a St. Louis fan. I mean, hello, you lost to the number 8 seed. You had one of the hottest starts in MLS history,
And Kansas City is not playing like an 8 seed at all. Like they're all of a sudden just turning the switch right at the right time.
but here's the thing. And we talked about this last episode. St. Louis is not a strong team. They were never a strong team. And
Correct.
so
Correct.
I don't think that Sporting has turned on the Jets all of a sudden. I just think that they took advantage of St. Louis's inexperience and a lot of weaknesses that St. Louis has. I can't name them off right now. But St. Louis is an overall weak team. I think it would have been if St. Louis didn't go out now, they would have gone out in the next round.
True, true. But huge news that just came out today in for Sporting Kansas City. I'm gonna probably butcher his name, but you can help me.
What makes you think I'm going to help you out with the name?
I'm gonna
Do
try it
it.
anyways.
Do it.
Ndembe,
Sounds good to me.
Ndembe, the who scored the opening goal in game two. He's out for the season, so huge blow for them. So that'll be an interesting for them to see who was going to fill in for on that back line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Mm, mm.
So
I
that's something to keep an eye on going into that semifinal match.
I hope we win on Saturday.
Right, right, right. So moving into the other game that happened on Sunday, we had Vancouver and LAFC, and this was a very chippy game. Red cards, uh, Vancouver coach getting ejected. Apparently the referee in this game was kind of looked like people who setting screens, but he definitely wasn't setting a screen. People,
Yeah, this will be together with the New York Red Bull and Cincy talk. There's connections here. There's a lot of like in this round. There seemed to be a lot of issues. People took issue with a lot of referee decisions.
oh, absolutely.
Eek! Spoiler alert! I might go on another rant.
No, but I'm upset because obviously, if you guys remember, in my bracket, I had Vancouver pulling the upset in this one, but nope, did not happen. LAFC swept them 2-0.
Well, let me tell you this. It looked like because I watched part of the game, but in the second half of that game, LAFC just parked the bus. They were just defending the whole time, and that's what sucks in these games because
Yeah,
it was literally LAFC got their goal, a PK goal. PK was kind of whatever. I mean, could have been, couldn't have been, whatever.
yeah.
They got their goal and they parked the bus. Which is, if I were an LAFC fan, I would be worried that we would even be parking the bus at that point, because basically you're
It's just
saying,
very early to be doing that.
I mean, not only early, but basically you're saying it doesn't matter what this result is. If we lose this game, we're going back to LA anyways, and we're gonna beat
Yeah,
them there. So I don't know. That wasn't
not the
cool.
right mentality. You should be going out with that game. So LAFC pulls off the win there. So unfortunate for Vancouver. So no Canadian teams moving on to the next round.
Wah, wah, wah. The
And
MLS,
then we move
hot take. The MLS should only be in the United States of America. Ooh, hot take.
controversial. It's controversial.
I mean, there's only 3 teams in Canada. Do we really need them? We have a lot of major cities that don't have teams.
Except for how many MLS Cups has Toronto won and how many has New York Red Bulls won?
Um, I mean, I don't know where the Red Bulls got into this conversation, but
Well, I'm just talking like,
if
but
if Toronto wasn't part of the MLS, I think a team from the United States would have won it. Maybe maybe Seattle again.
possibly. So, and then we go over to our games that we had yesterday. So Tuesday, we had Atlanta playing at home to Columbus, where they had Thiago Almada back, and that was a huge, huge burst that they needed because they missed him in the first game because he was out for suspension. They get the win 4-2 at home, so they tied up the series, heading to a game 3 in Columbus.
Let's just say Almada, yeah, he's good.
You
Also,
can definitely tell he's been taking classes from Messi and everybody from Argentina and how he's just on another level than everybody else.
yeah, he's on another level. We've been saying that all season. Also, Geomachus decided to wake up and go all out too. That was I mean, he has been producing all season, but this game he's like, boom, he like
Yeah,
turned on the Jets.
he he is a good player. So I'm excited. That's another game 3. We only have 3 game 3s, but that out of all of our game 3s are that's a good one. So we have some 2 good goal scorers in that game. I'm
In
excited for
fact,
that one.
in fact, I would even say that all three games that are going to game three are going to be really good.
Right?
I
Oh
mean,
man.
just saying.
Ooh. And then we get to the saddest one of all, Nashville and Orlando. It's like
Look, there's two reasons why this is really sad. One, you can say it.
RSL won't host the final now.
Exactly. So that's one. Two, both legs were as boring as they come.
Like
Holy cow.
you would think with the player that won the MLS Golden Boot, he'd be able to score, but Nashville doesn't score a single goal in the playoffs.
And both games were 1-0. And and it's not like Orlando played out of their ears. It's like they weren't playing out of their minds. Both
Yeah.
teams just were just
There's mid.
I mean mid at best. Orlando's the second seed. And if that's just how second seed plays in the East looks super boring.
Yeah. And the stadium looked really empty there in Nashville.
Well, um, we not we didn't send Sarah. Sarah went to that game and she sent us pictures and videos, and she said it was like what? How much is
It's like 60%.
60% full? She said, but
Yeah.
you can see it on the broadcast, like on the upper part of the stadium, the seats were empty.
Yeah. It was really, really odd. I was like, like I understand it's a Tuesday night, but come on, you guys, show
It,
your love, your support.
I mean, it was odd for Nashville. Nashville is one of the like hubs, like one of the hubs.
Right?
Like
Right?
the US national team plays there.
Yeah. So it's sad, disappointing. Nashville's out. RSL will not host a final.
Wah, wah, wah.
And on to the game that we had tonight. So Wednesday, another pull out the broomsticks, another sweep. New
And
England.
not only pull out the broomsticks, but pull out the blanket and the pillow too. My gosh.
I was watching this game. It was just you had a red card in this game, right? That was the only exciting part in this game.
And even then, I am kind of on the fence on that red card.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, but but
So
but speaking of red cards, we're let me get this over with the referees from the Cincy Red Bulls game. At this point, all of you should know what happened. That Matt Miazga in the penalties made his penalty, and he made some signs, like I think he did a little heart or whatever.
mhm, yeah,
Um, and Victor Rivas, who was the center referee, um, determined that was taunting and inciting. What do you call it? I can't even say inciting violence because that sounds absolutely wrong.
like
But
taunting the crowd. Yeah,
yeah, and so gave him a yellow card. Which follow me here was his second yellow of the game, but no red card is shown because a yellow card in the penalties is a separate quote unquote game from the actual game. So he had a yellow card during the game. He got a yellow card in the penalties, no red card, but
that's just kind of weird. Okay, but
but he's still suspended the next game because he got three yellow cards in that first round.
I don't like this new. how the yellow card accumulation works in this playoff format. I think it should just be two because three yellow cards is just kind of weird. Because if it was two, then we'd have Karaskia that would be out for our game three, which would be nice, honestly.
Yeah, and you might want to start adding up to see if you find anyone else. But let me go on to this. Go on to this next one. So after that incident, um, Matt Miazga was reported to have entered the referee locker room after the game, without permission. First off, players are not allowed to be in the locker room, referee locker room. I'm not sure about permissions or whatnot if a referee can't allow a player in there on there with their permission.
Yeah.
But he entered in there unauthorized. Um, Supposedly there was the exchanging of words. Matt Miazga was upset, and
He's just
obviously
saying just saying some controversial stuff.
I guess it's all hearsay at this point. But um, that's not cool. That's not cool.
No, not at all. Not at
For
all.
for me, that deserves a multiple game suspension, especially if you're following a referee back into their locker room to have a chit chat with them about whatever you disagree with. That's not cool.
No, absolutely. I can definitely see the league coming out, giving him a fine, and then maybe suspending him the rest of the playoffs, however far they go. So,
Well, I mean, there's multiple reports of different things. At this point, a lot of you already know, have already read it on Twitter and whatnot. But um, for me, from my personal referee point of view, I think that's not cool.
no.
It's obviously it's not allowed, and I
Mhm.
think there should be a hefty consequence to that. Another game that had a lot of referee influence was the Vancouver LA game. Just like you mentioned, referees setting picks and whatnot. um,
He's
so
he's a basketball player, not a referee, apparently.
apparently 90 plus minutes. Tim Ford there was a corner kick. The ball comes popping out. He starts backpedaling, and a Vancouver player was right behind him, trying to receive the ball to try to launch it back in because they're behind. They're desperate at this point. Tim Ford runs into him, walking, kind of trotting backwards,
Mhm.
and knocks the Vancouver guy over. First off, from my point of view, Vancouver guy, you're not supposed to flop with the referee. You are supposed to at least knock the referee over. Like
Right.
like you're desperate. Like knock the
It's,
referee over, get the ball,
but
right?
he didn't. He didn't.
No,
He didn't.
no, no. The referee knocked him over, and then consequence to that, the ball goes to his teammate. Teammate turns the ball over, and LAFC go on a counter. Um, Obviously, the Vancouver head coach, Sartini, I think that's his name.
Mhm. Yeah.
Livid, livid, absolutely livid. Um, the
Well,
the
don't you agree with him? Like you have because originally I think Tim Ford called the goal, but then obviously they went to VAR, called it no goal. But then he was more furious about referee getting in the way because if he didn't get in the way, I think that Vancouver player could have chested it, maybe gone for a shot when it was close to about the end of the game. So he has every right, in my opinion, to be upset. But the referee is part of the field, so
so the question begs, what do you want the referee to do?
at the end of the day, he's in his position. He's where he needs to be.
I mean, he was trying to get out of the way. He was moving away from where the ball was going to. He was in line with the ball. He moved out of the way. The Vancouver guy ended up behind him. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
so. I mean, things happen in a game.
Hmm.
You've been in the center. I've been in the center. It
Hmm.
Sometimes the ball, you run into the ball, you run into players. I mean, stuff happens. I think my biggest
Yeah.
pet peeve is when players run right beside me and I have my whistle in my hand and they like knock my whistle out. It like flies and like, oh crap. Don't do anything. Falling right.
Stop the game. I lost whistle.
Um, but the actions of Sartini after the goal was scored on LAFC's on the counter that
Yeah,
eventually got taken away, um, his actions were absolutely horrendous. Were absolutely uncalled for and immature.
absolutely.
I mean, you should not be acting that way. And I think because of the way coaches act, players act towards referees, they are taking away their authority to even run the game in a smooth manner. We have to eventually, as soccer fans, accept referee decisions just like they do in rugby. You can't tell me that rugby players accept ever mentally accept every referee call. They don't. They don't agree
That,
with them,
probably not.
but they play on. They keep their head in the game and do what they have to do and adjust to whatever the call was. I mean,
Yeah.
I just finished watching the Rugby World Cup, and the players would talk. They would talk with the referee. The referee would explain, and the player would kind of like shrug, be like, and just go back to their position. And there's
Yeah.
some
Could you imagine if that was the case in soccer? Just people being cool, level-headed, and just understanding. The game would be so much better. But no, we don't get any of that. People just always just wanting to
like
just
people call referees out on like they want a power trip or something. I mean, do you really think we want a power trip? No, we just
no,
want to.
no,
We just want the game to go smoothly. I think who want the power trip are the coaches and the players. They want full domination of the game.
absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, anyways, that was my slight rant. You know me. I could go on forever talking about referees, but we'll leave it there. Um, chill out, everyone, and especially with our game. Let's get into our game.
Yeah, let's get right into it because like I said earlier, this was by far, in my opinion, the best game, best atmosphere, best game that I have seen at Rio Tinto Stadium ever. Um, let's just start off with the tailgating. So kudos and applause to everybody that took part in the chili cook-off because you had some really bomb chili there. So you had some spicy chilies to some vegetarian chili to some there's some good
Do you have a favorite like to call out or no?
I don't remember who cooked them, but whoever cooked there was some sausage and like some bean. Though those are some good killer ones. So great cooking there. And then Labada, like great showing up there. And everybody to the march to the stadium from the fireworks. So they were throwing some firecrackers in the parking lot. So parking lot was rocking on the march to the stadium. I loved it. The
That's
hype
awesome.
going on.
That's
It was
awesome.
awesome.
I really appreciate when people actually show up and do all that kind of stuff because it makes the experience
Especially
all
on a Monday night too. Like during a weekday when people have work or school the next day, they're like, nope, I'm gonna stay up to go to support the team for a playoff game. I love it.
whatever. It was family home evening at the stadium.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely it was.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. So let's just dive right into this. So for for our lineup, it was pretty similar to what we saw in game one. Um, I think it was, wasn't it? I think it was the same exact lineup from game one.
False, because
False?
I'm pretty sure that Gomez and Julio did not start.
Oh, you're right. We had Rubin.
Yeah, we had Rubin and Chang and Anelli and Bodie.
That's right. That's right. Because
That's like how many? One, two,
that's
three,
five. That's five.
four.
So four different players in this one.
So I mean, I think they made a difference. So the different players were Anderson, Julio,
Gomez.
Nelson Palacio, Andres Gomez, and Justin Glad.
Yeah, yeah. So Glad was back, which was huge because, like we mentioned last time, we were only playing with three defenders in game one, which was killer for Vera, kind of controlling that by himself. So total change of defense. It was nice to see him back, along with Nelson back in the starting 11, and then we had Chicho back from injury, which we'll get into that. Which that was vital in the second half.
Yeah, let's just say, look, starting from the very beginning, I really loved the energy in the press that RSL came out with. It was it was aggressive. It was aggressive enough for Houston to be caught off guard, to be put on their heels for a bit, and I think that really helped us put a stamp on what level this game was going to be at. Now, the bad side to to being so aggressive is that
Yeah,
you're going to get fouls called on you, and a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
them.
It's another game where we have a dumb stupid error by Justin Glad. He just going in for a bad tackle, and from when I looked at it, because I'm watching it live, I couldn't really see the angle, but watching the replay, I now see it. I'm like, yep, that's a bad error. You're going in studs up,
Well,
and you didn't really get ball there.
I mean, it wasn't so much studs up as it was he totally whiffed on the ball. Like the like he
Yeah,
I like I mean I wish I could get into his shoes when he like starts running up to challenge a player like that, because it almost looks like he's like gets up really close. He's like, oh crap, I'm really close, and then he tries to do a 2-footed Flintstone stop and he slips.
he's just putting the brakes on too late, so he's just going, I can't
Bro,
stop.
like it looked like he was trying to put on the brakes and he literally wiped out what's his buck? He wiped out Escobar like clean off the field.
Yeah, like Escobar
And
had no chance at all of standing up after that.
now there's two things happening right at that moment, and we like totally skipped like the first like 30 minutes of the game, but whatever. But um it was some people say that he touched the ball, so it shouldn't have been a foul because he got ball. No,
No, no,
if he got ball, the ball touched him. He didn't touch the ball.
exactly.
Two, um, I thought it was weird, and I want to see what you think about this. That the PK wasn't called immediately. It was the foul happened. The ball went to Baird. Baird had like 3 touches on it, hit it off to Carrasquilla. Carrasquilla had a touch or two, and then he got a shot off. And then the
Yeah,
penalty was called. And you're
yeah.
like, the heck?
I did find that rather odd and confusing because, like, I can understand the fact that advantage, like we see in every play for soccer, if there's a foul, they call advantage. But for this only when it's a penalty, it's like if there's a foul, then call the penalty. Don't just delay it more.
I mean, I wonder if he was just delaying his whistle to see if there's like a quote unquote advantage, like someone was gonna shoot and score or something like that.
But there
But
wasn't. There
but
wasn't at all.
but you're in the penalty area. What more advantage do you have than a flipping penalty kick?
Yeah, like, I think at that point, there was the penalty, and then I think RSL was just trying to find some way to clear the ball, if I remember, but they couldn't, and then after that, Fotis, he just points the spot for the penalty.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was the ball went to Baird, then it went to Carrasquilla, and
Mhm.
and be I think that's what people are finding an issue with, and that's what I think the players had an issue with, was that Carrasquilla even got a shot off, and because
Yeah.
his shot missed, I can't remember what was the result of that shot, but the ball didn't go into the back of the net, so therefore they get a penalty. So it's almost like, I'm going to give you all this advantage. I'm going to let you shoot. Oh, you didn't score. We're going to call the penalties because you guys deserve that like 3 passes ago.
Yeah, very odd, something that we've never seen before, but
Yeah, I haven't seen that long of a delay. Which
yeah,
now everyone's going to be like, "Oh, Alan, I thought you don't criticize referees." No, I can criticize it because I referee games. So,
exactly,
ooh yeah.
exactly.
Um,
But
I just found it
it was
really weird.
it was just a very dumb, stupid tackle by Glad. So it's just it's one of those, if you're gonna go in there, get the ball, or just stay on your feet and just shoulder the guy for the ball. So
Yeah, let's not give excuses for Glad. Glad made a stupid tackle.
so and then we get to the penalty. Bossy gets to the spot, misses it, goes to the keeper's right, but what can you do? And then he just gets the rebound. So
Do you want me to
just
give you?
unfortunate.
Do you want me to give you another opinion that I've heard from other people?
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
People just have referee or rule issues. People are like, Bossy shouldn't be allowed to touch it again because it goes right back to him. Huh.
What kind of rule is that?
And I'm thinking to myself, people already know that if it bounces off the pole and goes back to the player without the keeper touching it, that obviously it's an infraction, and
Yeah,
therefore we'll call it a turnover.
yeah.
But to have the keeper touch it and then going back to the kicker to have it be an infraction, I'm like, I mean, what else do you guys want to like? are you guys now going to restrict that only if the ball is in the penalty area, you're only allowed to touch it once?
Yeah, yeah. So if the keeper blocks it, then outside people outside the box can touch it, not the kicker. So that would be a long, long reset.
Yeah, I don't know. It's some people are just making up stuff on the top of their heads because I don't know. But
Yeah. So
but but
that's two PK saves on the season for McMath, but
well, I
both of
do
them have
want.
gotten it.
But the thing is, this is what's good. This is what's good about blocking that PK because it puts doubt in Bossie's mind for later.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So that was a good thing. So uh, even though it was a goal, it was a really good thing, and
Yeah,
it
I'm
didn't.
not gonna lie. 20th minute scoring that early goal for Houston, I was scared. I was worried. I was panicking because it just seemed like we were just after that goal for the next 15 minutes in that first half, we just felt really deflated. Just not the same as we were in that first 20 or so minutes.
You thought we were deflated?
Ish,
I mean,
because in
I'm not saying that you're
no, no,
wrong.
no, because in, like, those first 20 or so minutes up before that penalty, it just seemed like we were having kinda, like, that momentum, had that possession, but it just seemed like we kind of lost it in a sense for, like, that last 10, 15 minutes up into the halftime.
Well, I didn't feel the same way. Maybe because I was getting like go-gurts for the kids and whatnot, so I didn't really feel it. But um, Mob would say otherwise though, because we had quite a bit of momentum before halftime as well. So I think here's my issue with the first half. First half, there were not very many shots. It was just a
No,
lot of
no.
this was a how do I want to describe this? This was a match where it was like chest puffing. It was like who is more aggressive? Who's going to be the dominant one? And that's what that whole first half felt like. It was like, well, I'm going to push you. No, I'm going to push you harder. Well, I'm going to go after you. I'm going to go after
Yeah,
you harder.
and speaking of which, RSL first half, 11 fouls, Houston only 3. So just very, very chippy, very physical first half. And like you said, it was just who's gonna stand up and just show who can push each other the hardest.
But the, and a lot of there's some people that might take issues with that. I think this was necessary in order for us to put a stamp on this game. Um,
Why do you say that?
I only say that because last game they dominated us like 65 to 35 possession or 70-30 or something like that. And this game we didn't allow them to have that much possession because of the amount of fouls that we're committing. Our possession was almost equal in that first half.
Yeah,
And I think only because of all the fouls that we committed. They their passing, the majority of their passes were in their own half, which means that they didn't want to push up for fear that they were going to get clobbered.
that's true. That's true. That's true. So I was overall impressed. Like, yes, we gave away that dumb tackle, that PK that Bossy converted, but overall impressed with what the progression that we were getting with the possession and the passing, but very limited on the shots. So second half, 10 minutes in, we see a little spark. We see
Wait, I do want to say this first half. I
take it
forgot.
away.
I had this in my mind all day, and I wanted to say this.
Oh,
Our
let's hear it.
our three shots were done by three of our defenders.
Oh, I did not realize that.
Take a look. Justin Glad in the 18th minute, um, Oviedo in the 37th, and Vera in the 42nd.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
That was very interesting because I was like, because we did see
Because
we
I remember seeing Oviedo with his it was on the far with his weird volley, but it just went way high.
yeah. So um, all of us are I can't say we're impressed. We're we're good with the effort that Anderson, Julio, and Sava gave in the press, and
Yeah.
even add Gomez and Luna. The press was good, but it didn't produce any shots.
That's what I wish we would have seen more of that, but it was a better communication than we were seeing in that first game. So, like
And because of the lack of shots, now you can go.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. So, like I was saying, 10 minutes into the second half is where we just see that light, that spark that we were missing, that we've been needing the past several games. And Chicho is back. So we have Anderson Julio come off and Chicho come in. Do you think that this was the right move, or would you have rather seen maybe a Gomez come off for Chicho?
No, it's what we've talked about multiple times. I think this is probably everyone already knows this. Julio only plays up to
45 minutes.
he plays up to 60 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
At 60 minutes, the batteries are dead. Um,
And
and
there was no place to recharge the batteries on
no,
Monday.
you can't recharge the batteries during the game. So, this was very good. Chicho was ready for this. I mean, they gave
I,
him
I I felt right off the bat when Chicho came in, it was just a whole nother level. And we saw right from the get go, Chicho and Sava were just clicking on all cylinders. We saw, I think it was 60th minute or 65th minute, right when Chicho came in. He steals the ball from the defender and he sees Clark right off his line, chips Clark. And I'm just seeing them like that's going in, and just sails just barely wide to the keeper's right. I'm like, oh, and I'm like, where was that in the first half? Where was that?
Um, yeah, and do what's funny because I love this momentum chart on FOTMob.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Um, 55th minute, you see like this huge spike for RSL, and
Right?
that spike lasts for like the next 5 to 6 minutes is like a large spike. Then after that, RSL just has momentum like the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Um, I mean, you have like little, like itty bitty valleys for Houston momentum, but RSL was on fire, like legit on fire. And I'm kind of upset with FOTMob, and I'll tell you why. They gave Gomez the lowest rating out of the whole team.
It was a 5.7.
5.7. Do you think he really played that horrible?
No, I would have given him maybe a 6.8 or a 7.
I think they gave him that low because of his passing accuracy, which I can agree with.
Yeah, he was
Fif-
sitting at a 57%, 8 for 14.
I
So
mean,
kind of
that's
not
not
the
good.
greatest.
But I think I think the effort that he put into this game like overshadows his lack of statistics.
Definitely something that he needs to work on, needs to improve those passes, that communication. But overall, I was impressed with his game that he brought.
I mean, there's a reason why he went 90. There's a reason because it's not because we didn't have anyone else that we couldn't put in there. I mean, we could have put in a lot of people. We could have you could have put in a Moose, a Rubin, a Chang, and Nelly. You could have put in other people. I
True,
think what we
true.
had on the field was clicking.
Those were the players that were the most important. So 68th minute, right before the most important thing of the game that happens, we see Corey Baird come out, which I was kind of confused. I was like, why is he coming out? He's one of their better goal scorers. And what if this goes into PKs? Wouldn't you want your most prolific goal scorer in to take PKs? But oh well, move
Um,
on.
let's just say I wasn't at the stadium. Was everyone hating on Corey?
Oh, 100%. Everybody was just so much hatred. They were booing him all get out.
Oh,
It
I
was
would
the
be booing him too. Oh,
oh, it was the funniest thing. So right after Baird comes off, Aliyu comes in for Houston. We get a tackle, top of the box. Karaskia tackles, yellow card to Karaskia, which that's his second one in this series. Which, in my mind, if you get two yellow cards, they should be out. But it's three yellow cards for yellow card accumulation.
go
Dumbest
figure.
thing. Yeah. So sets it up perfectly for RSL free kick, top of the box, and in my mind, I'm thinking this might be Vera. I think Vera's going to probably be taking this. Is that where you were thinking as well?
Well, I mean, he's lined up. I mean, here's my walkthrough. After Chicho gets fouled, which by the way, that scared me. He stayed on the
Oh,
ground a little too long.
100%. He just barely coming off injury, coming into the game. I'm like, frick, we are screwed.
Yeah, like,
Um,
and he was grabbing his Achilles too. Like, it was a
uh-huh,
hard
uh-huh.
tackle.
But luckily he was able to walk it off and still play the remainder of the game.
I bet you anything he was sitting in ice after this game, like hardcore. Um,
Probably.
so Chicho was giving directions, which this is amazing. Like everyone respects Chicho so much. I think he's gonna be captain next season. That's my thought. Um, he was talking with Vera and Sava, like having a little like mini conference there, and
Yeah.
I don't know what was said. I don't know if there was a Sava said, "Let me have it," or they're like, "Hey Sava, we haven't seen you do it. Try it out. Whatever."
Yeah.
Whatever the case was,
He just unleashed something and the curve on that ball, oh my gosh. He just bent that around and Clark just reached, just couldn't. He reached his left hand and just boom off his fingertips, back corner. He said, "See ya."
oh my gosh, I can't imagine what my reaction would have been if I was at the stadium. I
Oh,
probably would have run around naked. I don't know.
it was tempting. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to rip off my clothes and just the
I mean,
stadium was electric. So loud, so amazing. The the roof was about to blow off when he scored that game tying goal.
I
So
can tell you're having a hard time finding the words because
I
I
can't find the words because it was just so amazing. I
I mean you're like goal.
right, right.
Now here's my personal preference, and this is a criticism of everyone that was in the stadium. And I think I only heard it on obviously afterwards on homemade videos. But the stadium when goals are scored, do you know what the sound? Do you know what sound is made?
On the
Have you thought to hear what the sound is made?
are we talking about on TV or when you're at the stadium?
It doesn't matter. It's all the same. What sound is made when a goal is scored in our stadium, or at least maybe in this country?
Like goal.
No. Yeah.
Huh.
Listen to one of the homemade videos. I'll send it to you afterwards. The noise was yeah. It wasn't
Huh.
goal. So something to
Interesting.
think about.
Interesting.
Because
That's
me and you yell goal.
I was screaming that at the top of my lungs, and I think I almost lost my voice a couple of times because I was just screaming with joy and excitement because I was right when Sava buried that in the back of the net. I was just like, we have a chance. We can honestly win this game because we have Chicho in the game. We have a whole new level of attack in this. So I was I was pumped. I was excited for this one. So we then we are then just controlling this game because we look at the stats in the second half and we're literally controlling, like we said, 62% to 38 to their only 74 passes to our 159. That is night and day difference from the first half.
Yeah, and add on to that, 11 shots, only three on target, but 11 shots. I mean, we're attacking. That's probably where we need to improve is our shots on target. We need to get things on frame, but the 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 commitment to keep going at goal was there, and it was great. And do you know what else was great?
Let's hear
The
it.
the foul count went up in the second half.
We ended at 35 fouls on the night. I don't think we've ever had a game at 35 fouls this season. That is unreal. That is
Thanks,
crazy.
thanks to our friends at MLS Ref Stat, the Twitter account. So, Fotis averages normally
What, 20
22,
fouls?
22 fouls per game.
Still, that's still a crazy amount.
That average just went up.
Oh
35
my
fouls.
oh my gosh,
And
that's
that second half, 21 of them.
oh my goodness.
Um yeah, it was just great. Before we get
So
in, yeah,
yeah,
go ahead.
so 94th minute, right before we have the PKs, we have Gomez come off and Krylak come in. Did you think, like, yes, Krylak has the experience, the eldest one on the team. Did you think that was the right move prior to going into PKs?
Absolutely. Why? Because we needed a cold head. We need ice in the veins. And I think Gomez is still young, hothead.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. I just felt in my head, I was like, he hasn't even played. Like, you literally put him in for like 2 minutes, and he hasn't even touched the ball. So I was just kind of nervous that he might sail it over. So he did. He did have ice in his veins.
Ice. I mean, that's what you need. And it wasn't just ice, man. He unloaded upper deck. That
Yeah,
was good.
yes, yeah.
But
So
I wanted to mention something real quick because I think this was really important. We tweeted out a graphic at halftime, and I think it was really important that we mention this
mhm,
only because it does bring up a lot of maybe thoughts about what to do in this next game. The halftime graphic was where the attacks come from in the field. Houston's attack was coming down their left flank, which would be our right flank.
which
Who
is
is who is on our right side?
Brody.
Yeah, Brody
Brody was
and Glad.
Brody was just getting beat the entire night, um, by Baird and Quinones and Bossy. And
By mostly Quinones. He's fast.
yeah, yeah. So that just makes you wonder in this next game going into game three, do you want to just play a back three, or do you want to risk having Baird again fighting against Quinones?
Brody, not Baird.
Thank you.
um, you know what? I To be honest, I'd probably keep it the same.
Yeah, yeah.
If there were gonna be a change, I'd put in a Nelly. But Brody is a liability. And I've said that all season long. You know I've said it all season long. It Brody is a liability. And along with Glad is having a weird season. Um,
Yes,
don't
yes.
know what it is, but um it's scary when attacks come down that wing. And I think that might be the reason why Gomez also got a bad score as well on Votmob because down that left wing for Houston, our right wing, they were just attacking. That's where all their attacks came from.
That's true. That's true. Um, Real quick before we dive into game three, for the PKs. So Bossy obviously missed his PK, missed the game PK in the in the regular time, going to the keeper's right. In PK shootout, he goes right down the middle. McMath literally just stood there like a brick wall. It was epic. I'm like, wow,
Well,
what
I
what
was
a
wonder
what a boss,
I was wondering why would you go down the middle?
right? Right?
I mean, I know you're trying to be like, oh, tricksy and be like, oh, he's gonna dive, he's gonna go down, and I'm gonna get right over him. Really? I don't know.
But
I had a smirk on my face when when he blocked it. Well, after I yelled and screamed and jumped, I then had a smirk on my face.
I just found it really funny. Every single kicker from RSL and Houston, not Chicho, they all went to the keeper's right. So
So yeah, so everyone after the first round of kickers, so after Bassi and Chicho, everyone went left.
that's very, very interesting. And if you go back to the post game press conference, apparently Pablo asked Luna, "Do you want to go fourth or fifth?" And Luna said, "I want to go fifth." So that just shows you that Pablo and his coaching staff have so much trust in a 20-year-old to just put the game away for us.
Yeah, that was ballsy. And and I think he deserves to do that because of the past 3 or 4 games that he's been having.
Yeah, Luna has shown that he's the next star for this club, and I'm excited to see his improvement of what he's going to show to this team. And I was excited. That was that was well deserved by him, and awesome way to close out the game. No
Um,
better way.
Luna hashtag US national team.
Like screw Caldwell or K Caldwell from San Jose.
Yeah, but
Like
knowing that this is Berhalter ball, I don't want Luna to go play
Yeah,
Berhalter ball.
yeah,
No,
but
I do want him to represent, but still.
for sure, for sure. But playoff intensity at the Riot, it's a whole nother level. Like you gotta be there to experience this. This was best atmosphere on a Monday night. That was hands down. Kudos to everybody that was here that packed the Riot. So amazing.
Well, all I can say is that I'm just super jealous of everyone that went. I see all the heck. I keep watching the videos and it's just fun. It's just fun.
It is. It is. I've been rewatching the Sava goal, the game-winning PK by Luna all day just to get me hyped
Do you know
for
what I've
Saturday.
been watching? Vera's penalty kick. Oh my gosh.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw Vera going up next, like yes, we saw what Vera has done this season on free kicks. I thought he was gonna sail that way high because we
You
saw
thought
earlier
you,
in.
you thought he was gonna break the jumbotron.
Oh yeah, 100% because we saw what he did earlier. I think it was right after Sava scored his free kick. He sailed the free kick high, so I thought he was gonna do the same thing on a PK.
But man, he
So
launched that with like he put it right in the corner, but I thought it was gonna break the net. Flip.
he went freaking Hulk smash on that kick.
um, I'm excited for game 3.
Yeah.
I'm
If
excited.
if game 2 is exciting, get ready for game 3, everybody. This
Uh,
is
let's talk about it. Do you expect any lineup changes for game 3?
the only real change that I could possibly see is no Julio and Chicho in.
Okay, so you'd switch out. That's interesting. I wonder. I wonder if we keep this same thing. I wonder if we keep the same lineup.
You want to see Julio? I mean, you want to see Chicho come off the bench instead? I don't see because we saw in the first half what it was like without Chicho. We were just struggling. We weren't getting any shots really. Our three defenders were the ones that getting shots. Chicho comes in the second half. It was just a whole different ball game.
Here's the thing, though. Maybe follow me on this one.
Okay.
We maybe we switch out Gomez for Moose
Okay.
and put Julio and Moose up top. Move Sava back to a wing. Okay,
Still not
follow
sure how I
me.
feel about that. I'm
Follow
not
me.
sure.
And then switch out Julio for Chicho at halftime. Chicho plays second half. Gomez comes in the 60th for Moose. And then we go with that lineup that we have right now.
It's a possibility. I just know whatever lineup we throw out there, we have a lot of good weapons to use.
Would you do any changes on the defense?
Mm, anybody but Brody. um,
I mean, yeah, because I already mentioned we change out Brody for Anelli.
and yeah, that's the kind of big change I would do, just because if you're getting beat game after game, it's not just this game in game 2, but it's been week after week, and I just want to see somebody different because even Oviedo at his age, at 33 years old, he's still being able to keep up with people like that. So
Which
Brody, you should be.
plug, congrats on the extension,
Yeah.
Oviedo.
If you guys didn't see, he just signed for a 1 year extension to stay here one more year with RSL. So that's exciting news.
I think it's deserved. I think he's been
Absolutely,
playing off the walls. Some
absolutely.
people say, man, he's been playing good. I haven't really I've liked him all season.
With the experience that he brings as well, I like it. We need that experience on our back line.
I don't get why people didn't like him or why some people still are hesitant. I like him a
I
lot.
I like his tenacity that he brings.
I like that he shares the same age as me.
And plus,
Out of nowhere.
we need more Bryans anyway.
More Bryans. 4 isn't enough. Wait, 4 or
Uh,
3?
with 3.
3? Oh, then we want 4. Um, yeah.
No,
So
but
sorry. Anyways,
this game 3 is critical. It's important because winner of this game obviously gets to host the next round against KC. So that's why this is vital to win.
I almost like it's almost like beating a dead horse. Like What else can we say about Houston that we haven't seen the past 2 games?
Houston, we have a problem that it
It's shut down Baird, shut down Bossy, shut
shut
down
down.
Ache, and shut down
Which
Carrasquilla.
speaking of which, I was very shocked in game two that we didn't see Ache or Artur kick PKs.
Where's my PK lineup? There we are. Interesting. You're right. But what the heck? Yeah, like so you have Carrasquilla, you have Bossy,
You have a
and
defender that came
Quinones.
in. You had a defender that came into the game that kicked a PK, but no Herrera or no Artur. So when I saw the players that were coming up to kick PKs, I was very lost, confused with all that going on.
Yeah. It makes you wonder why Ache and Artur weren't kicking. But
Yeah,
I mean, they must have their reasons.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
But I mean, what else can you say? Like, yeah, I can't even get the words out. Just mark your guy, do your job, play aggressive, and we have this in the bag.
We do, we do. Nervous? Absolutely. Excited? Absolutely. What more can you ask for playoff soccer? This is the playoff intensity that every game needs.
No, my heart again, it's gonna hurt.
Is it, if it goes to penalties, I might cry. So no,
Oh my.
none of that.
Well, should we do it?
Let's do this. Hopefully, it's not the last one this season.
Let's make it good.
Let's make it 100% good because you know who got it right last time?
You did.
I did. So let's hope I bring some good juju and some good vibes again.
Do it. What time is it?
It is prediction time, my friends. So it
All right.
is.
I'm
It is
gonna go
prediction
first.
time.
I'm gonna go first because you went first last time.
I did.
This is a weird experience because I've never played 3 games in a row the same opponent, only 2 games in a row. So this is a first time in probably MLS history. I'm not even going to tell you what we need to do. We already know what we need to do. This is going to go our way, but it's going to go the same way as it did in game 2. It's going to end 1-1, and we're going to win on PKs.
Nice, nice, nice. Game 3, we need this win. Same players, same mentality that's going to come out in game 3. Give me a 2-1 victory for RSL. Close it off. We're going to come back home to play KC.
Boom, lights out.
Boom. See ya, Space City. Peace.
Peace. Man, I'm just excited. Monday was
It's exciting.
exciting. Saturday's exciting.
So if you guys need a place to watch the game, or if you want to come watch it with a bunch of RSL fans, I will be at Kaye. Game is at 4 o'clock. So be there, be loud, come cheer on RSL to victory in game 3.
Also, there is a what did you say it was? On Thursday? Tomorrow?
It's Friday. Tomorrow's
Wait,
Thursday. Friday.
oh yeah, Friday. Friday, they're opening a new court at Sugar. It's not Sugar House. Yeah, Sugar House Park.
Yeah, it's at Sugar House. Yeah, so they're doing like a little, it's like a little futsal outdoor soccer court at Sugar House. So if you guys have no plans, little Saturday afternoon, evening time-ish between 4 and 6, come out there. We'll have DJ Erocalypse is going to be there. Probably Nick Ramondo is going to be there. Kaye is going to be there. So it's going to be a good time. So come hang out, come see some RSL supporters and just
Yep,
come see the new court there.
Friday, 4 to 6, and also we're in November, the month of giving. We're gonna give you guys an opportunity to give.
Who doesn't like to give?
Me. I'm just
Well,
kidding. I'm just kidding.
you're okay, Scrooge.
Bah humbug. But we do have an RSL cousin that has been doing this for a fundraiser for years, and we want to get the word out and help him out with his fundraiser. We'll put a link into wherever we put this podcast, Twitter, Instagram, on our stories wherever. But it's called Extra Life, and it's to raise money for the Children's Miracle Foundation Children's Miracle Network Hospital, for Primary Children's Hospital for children that have high medical bills, children that are going through life-saving procedures. So if you can, we'll put the link, and you guys can go help these children. Donate whatever you can, and like I said, it's the season of giving, right?
Yeah, every donation helps because you don't know what kid is out there struggling or needs a little boost. So do what you guys can.
Boom, we trust you. And by the way, don't forget to catch us everywhere. Marcos,
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah, head to Twitter, head to Instagram, head to Facebook at the RSL Bros. And if you guys do not want to watch us here on YouTube, head over to Apple and Spotify to catch us on the go as well.
I think you did it.
I
You
think
nailed
I
it.
did.
You nailed it.
So everybody, buckle up extra tight. We got game 3 on Saturday. We're off to Space City. So hopefully this is crunch time. This is do or die, whether or not we get to host KC in 2 weeks. So everybody be prepared. We'll catch you guys next week where we will break this game down for you guys.
Out.
Peace.